Hi, welcome to the new tutorial on Flutter Junction. Today we are going to learn about routes and navigation in Flutter. And routing is one of the most used things in your app to build anything meaningful. However, navigating between pages can be horrible when messed up, and this doesn't sound good. There are various options for routing. Here you learn the first choice for all and yet clean code. Right, now let's get back to our topic. And today we are going to build a simple application to learn navigation. And we have the first page with a button, and when clicking on the button we are going to navigate to the second page with the data from the first page, and this data from first page is sent from the first page. Right, now you have got uh, the idea about how our project would be working. Right, now let's get back to our topic, and for that you need to have the project created. I already have my project created, and if you haven't created the project, please pause the video and create the project. Fine, now we remove these codes. We don't need this, and let's make it clean first, and then this home page also. All right, is down and then delete. Right, and before that let's create our, here we have the first page and the second page. Let's create these pages, and for that we move to the lib and then create the new file. First page dot tar, and it is going to be stateless widget. Stateless widget, and we need to import material, import material from, and control space. Don't have any suggestions. Wait, oh sorry, okay, it was okay. And then the missing override of build. Right, now inside build folder we return scaffold. Scaffold is the screen of the application, your mobile, and this is the, this visible part is the, you can see this is the scaffold. And then let's have a bar with the title text, let's say first page, and then body, and let's center the button, center child, and then column, and then children. Now our children would be let's text, this is the first page, and this should be const, and then the elevated button, and on pressed we are going to navigate to the second page. For now let's leave it empty, and then child would be text, let's say go to second. Right, we have our first page created, and in the main.dart file let's import first page.dart, and then our home would be first page. Right, make it const here. Right, now let's create also the second page. And it is also going to be stateless widget. And second page, and if you type st and control space, you will have the options. You can choose whatever widget you want to build. Right, now we need to import material. Okay, now Here we turn the scaffold of app bar of title, title text second page, and our body would be center child, and then column event, let's say text welcome to second page. Let's keep some styling here. Style text style, font size, let's say 30, and then our font weight would be font weight dot bold, and it should be const here. And then the other text, let's say data from, we need to get the data from here, and let's create string data, and then register data should be final string data. All right, and then our get the data from here, should not be const. Okay, it should be not null. Right, now we have our basic setup, and first let's run this. Flutter run, and it may take some time. And we have our first page and our project run with this button. Right, it should be right. Okay, let's place them in the center, and main axis alignment dot center, and then also cross axis alignment dot center, and then we reload it again, and we have this Damien this center. Right, now copy this and paste here on second page also. Right, now when clicking this button, we are going to navigate to the second page, and before performing the routing right way, we are going to start with the very basic way of navigation. Right, now let's start with the basic way of navigation. Navigator dot of context dot push material page route, and builder we need to have context, and then getter function, and then our second page. Let's close this. We have this, and instead of this making nullable, let's make this required. Right, and we have the error here, and data, let's say data from first page. All right, need this. All right, let's reload it again, and when clicking we are in the second page, and we can see here we have the data from first page that is sent from the first page. This data, if you change this, let's say head data, and reload it again and go back to first page, from first page and go to second. Here we have the head data, and this is the very basic way of navigating in Flutter. And this material page route creates a lot of boilerplate code. As the app gets bigger and we have more pages, it gets more worse, and we might get lost in all routes defining all over the place. That means whenever we define this navigator material page route, we need to define on all the pages. That means if we want to navigate from the second page, we need to define this material page route to the second page also. And this becomes true if you have to allow only signed in users to enter certain specific page, or some kind of other logic which needs to perform when the user navigates. And in certain, let's have example, whenever you have the cart page for an e-commerce app, and only the valid users or signed up users can navigate to the cart page. And is in using this navigator, and we may get lost because we need to define all this navigator all over the place, and it can be so redundant, and we need to uh, make it small so that we can manage it from one place. All right, now we are going to try a bit better way to navigate using named routes. For that, okay, we need to go to the main.dart, and then we need to define route here and map, and then let's define second, and then context to second page, and here data, let's send data from uh, main. To use the named routes, we need to define the routes on the material app, on the routes, and then on the first page. And we don't need this now. Let's remove this, and then we can directly use navigator dot push name and context and the route name. That means we have this, the second is the our route name, and we copy this and paste it here. All right, now we restart it again. Let's check it, and it is being restarted. All right, now when clicking, we are going to the second page, but with the named routes. You can see here data from main, and we have the data from main, and this get uh, fail whenever we need to send the dynamic data from the route. I mean, whenever we need to change the data from this first dynamic data from the first page, we cannot carry out any logic here. So we create the separate class so that we could perform our navigation. Now we are going to move with the second option, and one of the better option to manage our routing. For that, we need to have to create the file route generator dot. Right here we are going to specify all the routes logic of our app, and class route generator static route dynamic red route settings, and needs to be settings. Okay, we need to return something, and for that we run the switch for our settings dot name, that means our route's name, and case it should be settings, right? Case we have has, that means this is the home page or the first page of the application. Return real page route, and on builder we don't need the context, and then our first page would be first page, right? And whenever we have our route is has second, this second route we mentioned here, and we need to write the letter as second, we return. Alright, here we have this argument data from the first page, and whenever our data is wrong, that means whenever our data type would be uh, other than string, that means it may be boolean or integer, we are going to navigate to the error page, and for that we need to check the condition if, and then we need to get the argument first, final arguments equals settings dot argument. With settings dot argument we get the argument sent from our named routes, and then if, let's say, args is string, if argument is string we return to material. Let's copy this, okay, copy this, and we change the second page, it should be second page, import this, and we need to have data as the arguments, and our data would be this argument args, and then it don't have to be arg, and then whenever we miss the whenever if the argument is wrong, then we return to the error route, all right, and then create the error route, static route, dynamic error route, return material page route, builder, we don't need any context, and then we return scaffold of app bar title, sorry, app bar of, it should be colon, and app bar of title, title text error route, and then our body const center child const const it's a text error, it is giving error. Let's remove this. All right, and you can also create the this like this page stateless page and navigate from here, but here we are going to use material page route, right? And on default we are going to return the route here. All right, now let's run our app, and before running the app we need to define the routes on generate route on the material app, and for that we don't need to own and routes here, and our initial route would be slash, and on generate route we have route generator dot on generate route. All right, now we are ready to go, and let's restart it, and we have our app running. And when clicking and go to second, we have this error here. All right, let's go to the first page, and on pressed we have the second, and we don't have any arguments here. Our arguments, this arguments is null, so we are being redirected to the error page. Right, let's pass some data from here with arguments, and let's say data from right way, and then reload it again, and then we click, and you can see here we have the data from right way. And whenever we change this data to other value, that means whenever if this argument is boolean, and we also are going to redirect it to the error page. And whenever, right, let's say we change the route name that doesn't exist on right route generator, we have as this is home, and we have this second route name, and we don't have this route name here defined, and with this we are going to have the error route given, and clicking the button, and we have this error page because our route name is not defined on the route generator, right? And let's make to the second and load it again, and go back to the first page, and again we have our second page with the data from the this data from the first page, right here. And we learned how to use routes and navigation in Flutter, and you can also check by passing the other arguments and the name routes that doesn't exist on your own way. And also you can also play around with this code by creating the other page and trying to pass the different data, and then try it again, right? Here we learned how to navigate around your Flutter applications in a better way suitable for larger apps. We have created a route generation to manage all the routing logic. Here we can see this route generator, all the routing logic, and that saves us from code duplication. We can see here we are using this material page route in only a single page. We don't have to define all the routes on other page, and it saves our time and complexity of the app also. And creating many smaller classes with a specific purpose is always a better way to simplify the code, and when it is for routing, the principle still holds true. That means we have already created the route generator for the specific purpose for the route, and for other purpose you can create the separate class and then you can manage all the logic about that specific function, and that would be easy to maintain. And if you have any queries regarding this tutorial, please ping me and comment, or you can also mail me at flutterjunction@gmail.com. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with the friends. And please don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you can get some other topics, awesome topics on Flutter. Thank you.